Witajcie z powrotem przy Zagrajmy w Final Fantasy XVI. Jesteśmy aktualnie w trakcie zbierania materiałów dla min i może je poddajmy. Przynajmniej tą pierwszą dostawę.
Blackthorn, got everything you need?
Yeah, I do. Cheers for the Stardust. Should be enough to be getting on with.
We should go out on maneuvers together more often. Or be sneaking around on your tud all the time.
No, było całkiem fajnie.
I'll make a start on putting this thermal plating together then. It will take some time, mind. So if you've got other things to be getting on with, I could do without you breathing down my neck.
Thank you, Blackthorn. I'll let Mid know construction's underway.
To może teraz będzie chciała odwiedzić grób swojego ojca. Bo niby jest to para Bóg jeden, ale nikt nie mówi, że teraz będzie kontynuowana druga część tego zadania.
Suppose we'd better be getting back to work too.
Give us a shout if you need anything.
Może za 1 albo 2 rozdziały fabularne znów wrócimy do tego? Może już zauważyliście? Ale jestem strasznie bogaty. Spójrzcie tylko na to. 135 000 gil. Pomyślałem, żeby sprzedać wszystko, czego nie używam, jeśli chodzi o artefakty i tak dalej. I wykupiłem u Karen, po sprzedaniu u niej najpierw wszystkiego, tutaj, muzyki orkiestrowy zwój na mokradła za 40 000. To mi w ogóle dało pomysł, żeby sprzedać wszystkie nieużywane artefakty. I ta muzyka leci teraz w tle, co jest bardzo fajne. Dobra, chodźmy zobaczyć się znów z Mid, ale widziałem, że tutaj ktoś jeszcze do zagadania jest. No, wy. O!
Sid! Look what the curse breakers brought back from Dalmekia.
Bułeczki z
Said they
Dalamilu.
were all the rage in Dalamil. Looks sort of funny if you ask me.
I'll be damned.
Have you had one before?
Something smells good. What are we having?
Bombs! And they are good. You should try one.
Eh? The bloody great hole in it. Who ate the rest?
It's supposed to be hollow, silly. Haven't you ever seen Drake's Fang?
No, mogli dać do środka, nie wiem, jak mówiłem już, budyń albo coś takiego. Albo można to napełnić jakąkolwiek potrawą, żeby nie było słodkie. Ale dobra, z wami już gadałem. Fajnie, że mogę tak scenę odblokować tutaj. Mid! No chodź.
If I don't come up with something soon.
You'll be pleased to hear that Blackthorn started work on the plating.
Excellent. 1 down, 2 to go.
So, what's next?
The helm, of course. For this, we'll be repurposing fallen scrap.
Salvage from the ruins? I thought that material was all but impossible to work.
Ah, but we don't have to.
I'm sorry.
Just so happens there's one particular ruin that's broken into exactly the right shape and size pieces for what we need. What's the name back there? I'll give you all the details.
What's her name? Right.
Talk to her back there. You know, thingy. She'll tell you exactly which bits of which ruin we need. You just need to go and find them.
Czyli jednak teraz musimy wszystko zrobić. No dobra. Co tam, Helena? Możesz mi pomóc?
Oh, Sid, is this about the helm?
Yes. Mid said I should speak with you.
I'll show you the plans then. Here you see the mithril engine, in which mithril is burned to generate heat. That heat is then harnessed to produce motive force. Excess heat is dealt with by means of the thermal displacement stack, which disperses it into the surrounding air. Now, Were we to rely on thermal plating alone to achieve this effect, the rate of excess heat buildup would far exceed the displacement coefficient of the plating. In other words, the reactor would overheat and eventually explode. This is where the helm comes in. It connects to the plating, you see, and serves as a sort of thermal sink to absorb all that excess energy. Our experiments have shown that fallen ceramics are remarkably thermophilic. They can withstand and absorb levels of heat far above anything we are able to make today. And not only that, they're also waterproof and immune to rust, making them the perfect material for our protective hood. Why? If sea or rainwater were to enter the reactor proper, it would vaporize instantly. The forces produced would tear the ship from stern to...
You can stop there. I understand. Mid said we might be able to use parts of a fallen ruin. Where would I find it?
Ah, yes. It's in Lorbert's Pass, near Lostwing. The thing is, well, I probably should have arranged to have the pieces we need brought here sooner. You see, a certain unwanted visitor has taken up residence there.
Kto?
It's no longer a matter of just walking in and taking them. It's, going to be considerably more dangerous than that.
Czyli trzeba użyć
I
miecza.
see. Then I suppose I'd better deal with this unwanted visitor for you. Would that help?
Oh, very much. Thank you, Sid. I'll gather my team and head there right away. We'll meet you outside the ruins.
Parabuch 2. Ciekawe, co to za nieproszony gość? Jakiś rozumny, czy jakiś troll, czy coś takiego? A co z wami?
I knew it was a good idea to have Editor study alongside the children. It's really stoked their competitive spirit.
I have done it, Sid. I have learned all the letters, every one.
Editors started reading books that don't have any pictures in. Why would anyone want to do that?
Jeszcze się dowiesz.
I have done it.
Co my tutaj mamy? Na jeziorze żyła królowa i 3 gobliny, lecz one nie słuchały się królowej i ta pełna gniewu wygnała je na brzeg, gdzie leżały w błocie, aż ich usta były czarne i błagały o powrót. A królowa z dobrego serca je przyjęła z powrotem. Edita.
I have learned all the
Ładna
letters,
historia.
every
I heard what you told Nan about Kupka. Hopefully all our old friends can rest easy now.
Oby. Zobaczyłem, że u Karen można kupić nowy miecz. Tutaj. Wzmacniacz. Żeby też przynajmniej troszeczkę inaczej wyglądały nasze plecy. Nawet całkiem fajny. I bym go spróbował jeszcze u Blackthorna ulepszyć, jeżeli mogę.
What do you need?
Tutaj mógłbym też to czaka stworzyć, w sumie też mogę.
Last you a good while.
Wzmacniacza +1 i mam teraz wzmacniacza, którego jeszcze raz mogę wzmocnić.
That should do you.
Toczak też fajnie wygląda, no ale jest troszeczkę słabszy. To wzmacniacz jest moim go-to mieczem aktualnie. Poza tym jeszcze chciałbym ulepszyć umiejętności Tytana, nakręcanie do mistrzostwa i tarczę na maksa. Żadnych zadań pobocznych, no to ruszajmy od razu tutaj do Lostwing. Żeby w końcu ten statek został skończony, nie?
I'll be taking you all to a storehouse in the Bales. Leave anything you don't need behind.
Szykują się, żeby zaatakować tego wielkiego sędziego, co dowiedzieliśmy się w zadaniu pobocznym w poprzednim odcinku. Dziwne uczucie to daje widzieć, jak wszystko tutaj takie niespokojne. Ale tak, teraz ma to też sens, że również tutaj był side quest. Jako że fabularnie następnie mieliśmy się też tutaj udać, pewnie gra zamierzała, żeby zrobić to za jednym zamachem, a ja zrobiłem to jeszcze wcześniej, co nie? Paskudne pająki! Myślą, że mogą sobie na wszystko pozwolić. Stojąc mi na drodze. Wyposażę sobie już Tytana, bo to jest aktualnie mój ulubiony ikon. I też w sumie z tych, które już posiadam, jest najfajniejszy. Uwielbiam gościa. Patrzcie, jak wszystkich tutaj rozwalam. Wow. Tytan i Shiva, tak, rzeczywiście moje dwa ulubione ikony w tej grze. Shiva jest normalnie też jednym z moich ulubionych summonów w serii Final Fantasy, więc no, jako fan mogę stwierdzić, że bardzo dobrze ją zrobili.
Oh, there you are, Sid. Thanks so much for coming. The, ruins are just over there, as is the creature I told you about, I'd imagine. Would you mind?
Of course. I'll be right back.
The pieces we need are in the ruins, just over there, as is a terrifying monster.
Więc potwór. Ciekawe, co to takiego będzie. Jaki śmierdziel. Ale muszę powiedzieć właśnie w tym temacie, który przed chwilą mieliśmy, że bardzo lubię, że ta gra tak bardzo tematyzuje te summony w fabule głównej, a nie, że to tylko poboczniak, jak w większości innych Final Fantasy. Ty?
This must be our unwanted visitor. Time to go.
No dobra. Patrzcie, połowy życia mu odebraliśmy tak szybko, a zaraz będzie oszołomiony. Idealna pora na użycie tego. I tego. No w mgnieniu oka to wszystko będzie załatwione, no przecież no. Nie żartuję. Będzie miał szczęście, jeśli chwileczkę przeżyje po ocknięciu się. No dalej, no patrz. To cię zakończy. Pięść Tytana! Co to była za łatwizna? Ale dziwnie widzieć tyle kasy, że się ma, co nie? Tym bardziej, że tak mało się dostaje z walk. No, opłaca się wszystko sprzedawać.
The things I do for you, Mid.
Sid! Oh, thank goodness you're safe.
You shouldn't have any trouble now.
Indeed. Well, don't let us keep you. We'll, see that everything is transported safely back to the hideaway.
All right. I'll let Mid know you're on your way.
To było szybkie. Czyli teraz jeszcze trzecia część zadania i możemy iść na ten cmentarz. Opłacałoby się. Wypadałoby, bo w końcu chciałbym kontynuować fabułę główną. Ciekawi mnie, co dzieje się w tych pozostałych krajach. Z Joshuą, synem cesarza, z Barnabasem, jego orkami. Mogę z wami pogadać?
Your work is done, Sid. We'll take care of the rest. Let Mid know she'll have her helm very soon, would you?
Cieszę się, że jesteście zadowoleni. No to natychmiast wracamy do Mid. Cześć, oto.
Ain't so bad stretching your legs once in a while. Should do it more often.
Czasem się zastanawiam, po co ja z wami w ogóle jeszcze zagaduję tak pomiędzy.
I know what you're going to tell me. Thank you, Clive.
No ja lubię bardzo wykrztusić każdą pojedynczą linijkę dialogu, szczególnie jak jest voiceowany. Ale no bez przesady. Nawet ja czasem jestem zawiedziony tym, co słyszę. Jak mało mają mi do powiedzenia. W sumie mogłem to wpakować wszystko w poprzedni odcinek, nie? Gdybym nie robił poboczniaków. Dobra, Mid, uwińmy się w końcu z tym szybko.
Mid. Helena has recovered the material for the helm. She'll be along shortly.
Excellent. Another job well done.
And just one remaining.
Right. The shielding. This one's a bit of a bugger.
How so?
The plating's enough to stop the engines going pop, but those things will still be spitting out enough fire to set the rest of the ship ablaze. Which is why you need proper shielding. A prison for the dragon's breath that's blazing away inside. I thought a triple thick layer of tempered steel might do it. Or more of the stuff that the Fallen use, but they'd both be too heavy. The helm and the plating are bulky enough as it is. Add any more weight and the whole ship would be at the bottom of the briny before we'd even started. I need something light. But I've racked my brains and I just can't think what to do it.
Well, if I were in need of obscure knowledge, I know whose counsel I would seek. Harpocrates.
Tomes? Yeah, well, I'd thought of that, obviously. I've got all the details written down here. Can you take this to him, see what he makes of it?
Right away.
I've been going round in circles trying to find something sturdy enough to withstand the fire of the engines, but light enough not to sink the ship. Should have bothered old Tomes sooner. If anyone knows something I don't, it'll be him.
Chętnie porozmawiam z Harpokratesem. Zawsze czegoś można się nauczyć z pogaduszki z nim. Staruszku! Wiem, że świętujesz, że Hugo Kubka nie żyje, ale musimy pogadać.
Harpocrates, do you have the moment?
For you, Clive, always.
Well, actually, it's for Mid this time. Could you take a look at this?
Shielding for a mithril engine. Whatever will that girl think of next? And what are these notes around the edges?
She has some specific requirements for the materials. The shielding needs to be able to resist extreme heat on the inside, and yet remain cool enough on the outside not to set the ship alight, while also being light enough not to sink it. As you can imagine, she's struggling to find anything that meets her needs.
I see.
I wondered if you might know of a solution, or if you might be able to search the records for one.
Perhaps it is not a different material she requires, but a different approach.
What do you mean?
Consider the lake we have made our home. Its blighted waters eat away far more quickly than fresh water or even brine, at timber and steel alike. And yet, we have made a home here from those very materials nonetheless.
We have. But Bardolph must varnish every board twice over to keep it from rotting. And Obelus complains that without a constant supply of pitch. I see.
Early Gregorian histories speak of a preparation known as moon dew. It is said to be able to resist even the most ferocious flames. Before the dragoons tamed the worms and wyverns of the realm, nobles would daub their castle walls with it in order to guard against dragonfire.
So if we could recreate it...
It might be applied to some material or other in order to provide the protection Mid requires. As to how best to apply it and to what material, perhaps Bardolph and Obelus might be of assistance. I shall speak to them and see what wisdom they might have to offer. If you would be so kind as to procure the necessary ingredients, I shall discuss the specifics of how it might be most effectively put to use with our two friends. The knowledge of the past may yet prove useful to we of the modern era.
Thank you, Harpocrates. And since you're asking others to help you, perhaps I should too.
O! No w sumie czemu wy mielibyście też nie pomóc? Nasi najbardziej zaufani.
So you need a hand, do you?
We do. I'll be heading to market for the ingredients we need. I could do with some help. And some company too.
The other can assist me in researching how best to prepare the shielding itself.
Can we count on your aid?
Always. Well, if Jill's game.
Thank you.
I am sure either of these fine young minds would prove indispensable in my research. I leave the decision as to who will go with whom in your capable hands, Clive.
To będzie teraz ciężkie.
Shielding that guards against even the most ferocious flames. I could have done with some of that on Drustinus.
I doubt I would have survived that place with or without it. A trip to Northreach, though, I think either of us could handle.
Szczerze, z Jill jeszcze tyle razy będę wyruszał podróż. Tarja idzie ze mną. Aż podskakuje z radości.
So, Clive, have you made your decision? Who will accompany you on your little excursion?
All right. So, what are we fetching?
I have taken the liberty of preparing a list. Here.
Garlic. Conch shells. Are you sure this is the right list? Looks like the ingredients for someone's supper.
Though these items may seem mundane, they have potent effects that are rarely exploited, effects for which they were once highly prized. So much so, in fact, that they were harvested almost to extinction, hence moon dews having fallen from favor. Now, of course, they can be obtained with ease. You should be able to find everything you need at the market in Northreach.
Well, isn't that convenient? I was hoping to be able to make a trip over that way sometime soon. Need to speak to an old acquaintance. I'll meet you there.
All right. Stay safe.
See you later, Clive.
Good luck with your research.
Smuci mnie, że nie biorę Jill ze sobą, ale mogę sobie wytłumaczyć tym, że ona potrzebuje jeszcze trochę odpoczynku i poza tym i tak często ją będziemy jeszcze widzieli.
Hippocrates and I'll look after things here. You head over to Northreach.
Przy Gafie było to łatwym wyborem. Otta nie wybrałem, bo wyprawa z nim wydawała mi się być strasznie nudna, ale Tarja jest bardzo ciekawą postacią i mieć okazję teraz się z nią spotkać gdzieś i zrobić misję razem, tych kilka opcjonalnych dialogów wezmę chętnie ze sobą.
Where's Tarja?
Z kim ona chciała się tutaj spotkać? Tu jest.
Need to stock up on these.
No, co tam?
There you are, Tarja.
Ah, and there you are. We shouldn't have any problems finding what we need in a place like this. But if time is of the essence, perhaps we should split up. Take a few items each.
All right. What shall I look for?
Let's see now. Why don't you take the garlic and the pepio nuts? Meet me by the gate when you've got them. Don't tell me you've forgotten what you're looking for already. Garlic and pepio nuts. Do you want to take the list?
No, przydałoby mi się jakiś zapisek czy coś dostać. Czyli po prostu musimy u handlarzy szukać składników.
Buy, sell, or be gone. And thanks for nothing.
Już kupiłem orzeszki. Debil. I teraz tylko jeszcze czosneczek. Od pana czuję czosnek?
What can I interest you in today? Ah, yes.
No.
That should do it. Hopefully Tarja's finished too.
To strasznie szybko minęło, ale fajnie było znów tutaj być. Lubię to miejsce. Taka fajna atmosfera tutaj. O!
Well, did you find everything?
I did. Here.
Bardzo muszę pochwalić po raz kolejny oświetlenie w tej grze. Spójrzcie, jak Tarja teraz bardzo fajnie wygląda na tym świetle z zachodzącym słońcem. I Clive też. Spójrzcie, jak to odbija się słońce na jego mieczu. Kolory, jakie piękne tutaj są. Ten krajobraz. Ach, po prostu cudo. Ta gra jest cudem graficznym. I artystycznym.
Garlic and pepio nuts. Job done. We should get this back to Tomes then. He'll be waiting.
Ta kolorystyka Tarji na tym tle, z tym oświetleniem, mistrzostwo.
But we're not in too much of a rush, are we? Quick chat.
Tak! Tak jak z Gafem. O, ale to oznacza, że przegapią rozmowę z Jill. Mo.
Do you know, I think this is the very first time we've been out on an errand together.
Tak, też mam takie wrażenie.
I think you might be right.
Ja szkoda.
In all the years since you and that scowl of yours first appeared, you haven't invited me out once. For shame.
Nie miałem opcji.
Well, it seemed long overdue. And you did say you had some shopping to do.
I was hoping to restock my supplies of herbs and liniment, yes. You and Jill alone burned through them like wildfire. No luck, though. My usual supplier's not here, and I refuse to pay the prices these gougers charge.
I'll ask Karen when we get back. What is it?
Oh, just memories. I came here with Sid once, shopping for supplies, just like today. And just like today, I came away empty-handed. Sid even said he'd speak to Karen for me when we got back. Has it really been 5 years? I remember it as if it was yesterday.
Niektóre rzeczy się nigdy nie zmieniają.
Hold on. Does that mean it's been 5 years since we met? Feels a lot longer.
It does. In a good way, of course. Thank you, Tarja.
For what?
For everything. I just want you to know that all you've done for us, all you still do, it's appreciated.
Do you think I'd stick around if I thought it wasn't? But in the spirit of sharing and caring, you're appreciated too, by all of us.
Bardzo fajna postać. Fajnie, że w końcu ją troszeczkę lepiej poznajemy. Właśnie takiego momentu brakowało wcześniej w grze z nią.
Well, I think we've tarried long enough. I ought to get these ingredients back to Tomes so he can make up this concoction of his. I'll meet you back at the hideaway, all right?
All right. And thanks again.
I heard you the first time.
Nie zwróciłem wcześniej uwagi, ale ładne jeziorko. Szczególnie te odbicia. Z tym kamieniem tam. I odbicie tego kamienia pięknie to wygląda. Wow. No dobra. Więc wracajmy. I Jill jak sobie radzi. Ciekawe jaka byłaby tutaj scena z Jill, gdybyśmy ją wzięli. Przy Otto mnie jakoś tak wielce to nie interesuje, ale przy Jill? A może wczytam wcześniejszy zapis czy coś? Okej. Wczytałem najstarszy autozapis i akurat jestem w momencie, gdy mogę wybrać z kim idę. Chcę zobaczyć scenę z Jill, więc wybieramy Jill.
Very well. So then, what do we need to find?
I have taken the liberty of preparing a list. Here.
White chocobo eggs. Pepio nuts. Are you sure this list is right? Everything on here seems very edible. I would have thought the ingredients would be a little more exotic.
Though these items may seem mundane, they have potent effects that are rarely exploited, effects for which they were once highly prized. So much so, in fact, that they were harvested almost to extinction, hence moon dews having fallen from favor. Now, of course, they can be obtained with ease. You should be able to find everything you need at the market in Northreach.
Is that so? I've been meaning to visit Northreach anyway. I'll set out now. Join me there when you're ready.
I will. Until then.
You two enjoy yourselves.
You too, Tarja.
Patrzcie jaka smutna, że nie pójdzie z nami.
Good luck in Northreach. Try not to get too distracted from the task at hand.
Ty wiesz co się dzieje. Ty wiesz. No to zobaczmy, jak będzie wyglądała ta scena z Jill. Kanonicznym wyborem i tak zostaje Tarja. Później wczytam zapis.
No. Where's Jill?
Ale po prostu chcę zobaczyć, jaka jest różnica. Patrzcie, nawet stoi gdzie indziej.
Are those Pepio nuts? Can never tell.
A ty czego tutaj szukałaś? Ale się cieszę cię widzieć, Jill.
How goes the hunt for ingredients?
I've only just started. I'm sure everything we need is somewhere amongst all these stalls, though. Why don't we split up and see? We'll take a couple of ingredients each.
All right. What am I looking for?
How about you look for the pepio nuts and some garlic? I'll find the other things we need. We can meet by the gate when we're finished.
No to zadanie jest dokładnie takie same.
They sell everything here at the market. Finding garlic and pepio nuts won't take long.
Ale u innych handlarzy, czy co? Nie u tych samych. Dobrze, Jill. Mam wszystko.
Did you find everything?
Mhm.
I did. Here.
Garlic and pepio nuts. Perfect. Now all that remains is for Harpocrates to somehow turn all this into what Mid needs to keep her engine cool. But before we head back, would you walk with me a while?
Oczywiście!
Thank you for asking me to help you today. It makes a nice change.
It does. It's good to get away from all the battle and bloodshed for once. Just being here reminds me of when we were children. Do you remember walking down Market Street in Rosalith, taking in the sights and smells?
How could I forget? What with Torgal's antics. Remember how his nose would prick up at the scent of sausages? He'd go racing away and we'd have to go running after him. We wouldn't catch you now, would we, boy?
Was there anything you wanted to buy for yourself while we're here?
There was, yes. Well, sort of. Molly in the kitchens told me about a place that sells particularly good pies. Thought you might like to share one with me.
I would. Thank you.
And I saw some bread. Big white cobs like the baker back in Rosalith used to make. What do you think? I thought we might get some soup to dip it in. But then I tried a slice of the butcher's dry-cured ham and it was just... oh.
You all right?
Sorry. It's just... you're right. I really do feel like a child again being here with you. Clive. Is it wrong of me to enjoy this?
Nie. Niby dlaczego?
No, Jill. This is how life should be. And it's how our lives will be when our work is finally done. When we can live on our own terms.
I hope so. Thank you, Clive.
Kurde, to tak dobra scena była. Taka słodziutka.
Well, I suppose we better be getting back. I need to give these ingredients to Harpocrates and Tarja. I'll see you at the hideaway.
Take care.
I will. You too.
Okej, za to uwielbiam tego questa statkowego, że mogliśmy poznać bliżej wszystkich naszych przyjaciół. I jesteśmy znów na zapisie, gdzie byliśmy na wyprawie z Tarją. Niestety nie mam jak pokazać wam sceny z Ottem, bo żaden zapis tak daleko nie idzie. Musiałbym jeszcze raz walczyć z kubką, żeby to odblokować, a to dla tej jednej sceny nie jest mi warte, więc... no niestety tej jednej rozmowy wam nie pokażę i Otta nie poznamy lepiej.
Welcome home. I hear you had a successful trip.
Better late than never. We're ready to begin whenever you are.
Wybacz, śniłem o Jill.
How's work on the shielding progressing, Harpocrates?
Well, very well indeed. And thanks in no small part to your kind assistance. I was just explaining to Tarja how we might best go about preparing the moon dew. And now that we have all the ingredients, we may begin.
You can count on me. I've mixed more than a few mysterious concoctions in my time.
I'm sure you have. What about the shielding itself?
Work is underway. under the watchful eyes of Bardolph and Obolus.
Apparently, it'll be ready soon.
Thank you. All of you.
Right then. Jill, would you join me in the infirmary? Many hands make light work and all that.
Of course.
Fajnie, że mogliśmy spędzić trochę czasu ze wszystkimi naszymi najważniejszymi przyjaciółmi.
Oh, and Clive. It was good to talk. We should do it again sometime.
Też tak myślę.
It appears our work here is almost at an end. A shame. I was enjoying playing the man of action for once. When both the shielding and the moondew are ready, it will merely be a matter of applying the one to the other. Followed by a rigorous process of testing and retesting, of course. Perhaps someone ought to warn young Mid of that.
Leave it to me. Thank you, Hippocrates. Well, I'd better go and give Mid the good news then.
No to powiadommy naszą mistrzowską mechaniczkę. Mid? Wszystko gotowe. Ale teraz naprawdę koniec, okej?
Sorry to keep you waiting, Mid. But you'll be pleased to know that work on the shielding is underway.
You found something for it?
In a manner of speaking, Hippocrates knew of a substance that's highly resistant to heat, a coating that should provide the protection you need. He's supervising the construction and testing of the shielding as we speak.
Brilliant! I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Don't thank me. I'm just the errand boy.
Right then, better start working out how to bolt all these bits together. To the Black Hammer!
You know, when I got into the smithing game, I thought I'd be making swords and shields, not thermal bleeding didgeridoo-dahs.
Displacement stacks.
Same difference. Whatever you call it, I ain't putting it together in here. It's cramped enough as it is. Let's take this outside. Mid, you get all the parts lined up on the deck. I'll take care of the rest.
On my way!
Oh, and bring me the biggest hammer you can find. This is gonna require some precision walloping.
Jakiś czas później. Ale bydle.
It's finished! It's finally finished!
Thank fuck for that. I'll be feeling my hammer arm for weeks.
Thank you, Clive, Blackthorn, everyone. That's one down and just 3 more to go.
I'm sorry.
Oh, didn't I tell you? The Enterprise has 4 mithril engines, and we'll be needing a displacement stack for each.
Co do diabła?
You don't mean...
Don't worry. Now they've got a finished one to work off. My gang in Canva can build the rest.
Ale nie muszę nic więcej zbierać.
Good luck to them, I say. Right, I'm off to get a sling for this elbow. Any other work comes in, keep it to yourselves, eh?
No, zarąbisty komin.
What's the matter?
Co ci chodzi po głowie, Mid?
Nothing. Just daydreaming. Thinking about the Enterprise sailing off over the horizon to shores unknown. Searching for a land untouched by the Blight. Just like me and my dad planned. So if the worst came to the worst and every scrap of soil in the Twins turned black, we might still have a chance. That's what she was meant to be. You see, one last chance just in case we needed it. But now she's so close to being finished, I've realized I don't want it to be that. I don't want it to be just a lifeboat for us to cling to if things get desperate. I want people to sail aboard her by choice, not from the lack of it. In a world where we're not just trying to survive, but where we can actually live.
I'm working on that. And I'll do everything I can to get you what you want.
Don't you always? All right. My mind's made up. As soon as the Enterprise is fit to sail, I'm putting her under your command. Sod our plans, I'm trusting in yours.
Dzięki za zaufanie.
Sure about this?
Something tells me it's what my dad would have wanted.
He'd be proud of you.
You were gonna visit his grave, weren't you?
I was. And you can come too now that your little project is finished.
Right. There's just one thing I need to finish up first. Won't be a mo.
All right. I'll let Otto know you're coming. Meet us in the mess when you're ready.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Uczyniła nas kapitanem swojego statku. To znaczy, że nas zaakceptowała. Bardzo miło. No dobra, niech załatwi tą swoją rzecz jeszcze. Czymkolwiek by to nie było.
All right, Clive. Asterix. Mid finished sending half the hideaway traipsing across the twins, has she? I swear, that girl'll do anything to put off visiting her old dad's grave. No excuses now, though, eh?
Not quite. She said there was one final thing she had to take care of. I'm sure she'll be finished soon enough.
She said that? In those words?
She did, yes.
Clive? Were you born yesterday or something? There is no thing. She'll probably be halfway to Canva by now.
Mid. I might still be able to catch her.
Ale skąd miałem wiedzieć? Nie brzmiało podejrzanie. Do diabła, Mid? Co ty wyprawiasz?
The Enterprise will have 4 mithril engines, each needing its own displacement stack. So just 3 more like this, and we'll be finished.
No to fajowo. Czyli musimy popłynąć za nią. Czekaj, czy nie pojawił się jakiś sidequest tutaj? Tak, tutaj, co to jest? Naukowe szaleństwo. Zanim popłyniemy za Mid, zróbmy jeszcze to zadanie. Myślę, że jesteśmy wystarczająco szybcy, żeby dogonić ją nawet po zrobieniu zadania pobocznego i będziemy mogli z tym wystartować następny odcinek. A w tym skończyć te wszystkie mniej ekscytujące rzeczy. Inżynier Owain. Co tam?
Here, Sid. Reckon you might be just the man to help me out of a bit of bother, if you've a mind to.
Let's hear it.
Well, it's about this alembic the Chief's got me making. Lovely bit of kit it is. Bunging a solution you want splitting, and it will separate it out, just like that. Problem is, it won't always get rid of all the impurities. And with some of the stuff we need it for, that ain't good enough. Which is why I've been looking for something to filter the liquid we'll be cooking off. And that's where I was hoping you could help me out.
Czemu nie?
I imagine Tarji could get some use out of this alembic too. Distilling medicines and the like. All right. Why not?
Proper job!
So what exactly do you need for this filter?
Nothing but bomb ash'll do, says the Chief. Gave me a sample she'd obtained from the university stores. Couldn't believe my eyes. You pour the blackest blight water through it, and it comes out clear as a mountain stream. So, I did a bit of reading about where I might be able to get hold of some. And do you know what I found out? It's only the blimmin' bones of a bomb king. They leave them behind when they die, see?
I take it that's where I come in.
If you wouldn't mind.
Czyli polowanie.
I saw a billet on the hunt board for one just the other day. Would have gone myself, but, well, fighting dirty great balls of flame ain't exactly my forte. You, on the other hand...
All right. I'll see what I can do.
Thank you kindly. And good hunting, eh?
Mała walka pod koniec odcinka. Brzmi zabawnie.
I've tried to find a supplier for this stuff, but it's rare as Chocobo's teeth. Either someone brings down a Bond King and picks up the ash, or... I don't know. We wait for one to snuff it of old age?
Bombowy króla więc. Czas na łowy. No dobra, staruszku. Co tam dla mnie masz? Spytaj, gdzie widziano bombę. Polujesz na bombowego króla, kupo? Jeśli tak, to mam zlecenie, które może cię zainteresować, kupo. No patrzcie, już 4 zlecenia mamy zrobione. Mimowolnie. Bombowy król. O, trochę nagrody za niego będzie. Znajduje się w Sunbreak, w Gruchocie.
She's got to visit her old man's grave sooner or later.
Cykorzy się, co? Biedna Mid. Wygląda na to, że nigdzie nie mogę aktualnie iść. Czyli gra wymaga ode mnie, żebym najpierw zagadał z Obolusem.
Obolus, have you seen Mid?
Yep. In a boat, going that way.
Then I'm too late.
You in a hurry and all, are you? Oh, I offered to take her across, but she wouldn't wait. Just paid for a dinghy and rowed off. Oars going like the clappers.
Tak wygląda ucieczka.
Got some life in her, ain't she? But anyway, I was on my way up to see you, as it happens. Got a letter for you.
List?
Urgent, by the sound of it. One of your uncle's men said I was to hand it to you in person, post-bleeding haste. And you're here now.
Thank you, Obolus.
Co się stało?
Don't mention it.
What tidings, uncle?
Złe wieści? Prośba o pomoc. Mój drogi chłopcze. Moja podróż do Canveru była nadzwyczaj udana. Przyjaciel, o którym wspomniałem, nie tylko zgodził się podzielić z nami zawartością swojej szkatuły, ale również wiedzą o wydarzeniach w wolnych miastach. Dzięki czemu dowiedziałem się o działaniach twojej młodej przyjaciółki. Chociaż wierzę, że projekt panny Telamon to prawdziwe przedsięwzięcie, to wątpię, by władze Canveru przychylnie spoglądały na nieautoryzowane wykorzystanie stoczni, nawet opuszczonej. A jeśli te wieści dotarły już do uszu mojego przyjaciela, to nie minie wiele czasu, zanim mistrzowie gildii zapukają również do naszych drzwi. Dlatego właśnie piszę do ciebie tę wiadomość. Chciałbym pożyczyć twojego człowieka, Gafa, na miesiąc lub 2, żeby miał baczenie na tych, którzy mogą źle życzyć naszej wspólnocie i ostrzec nas przed naciągającym atakiem. Ufam, że dogłębnie przemyślisz tę propozycję. Twój kochany wuj.
Trouble in Canva. Well, I'll need someone to keep an eye on Mid.
No bo ona będzie teraz same kłopoty robiła, co?
So what? Mid got us to do all the dirty work and then just sailed off into the sunset?
It, seems that way.
Well, nothing we can do about it now. But next time you plan on visiting Sid, you might want to tie her to something before you suggest it.
Ah, don't be so hard on her. Got to admit, the dirty work was kind of fun. Everyone pitching in, all that bollocks. Just like when we built this place.
You're right.
Anyway, we all set to head to the old hideaway. I could do with getting to Canva pretty sharpish. Wouldn't do to keep Lord Rosfield of the Seven High Houses waiting now, would it? Not after he asked for me personally.
Gav will be leaving with me. Will you mind the place while we're gone?
You can count on me. Just be sure to give Sid and the others my regards. All right.
Oh, by the way, Jill will be joining us too.
Yes,
She's got
wreszcie.
some things to take care of, but she'll meet us there.
I hope she's telling the truth at least.
Co to miał znaczyć za komentarz? No nie mów mi. Dziedzictwo Sida. Musimy tam iść. A to zadaniem pobocznym zajmiemy się kiedy indziej. Ludzie, powiedziałbym, że tutaj czas zakończyć odcinek. Jeżeli wam się podobało, zajrzyjcie do aktualnych, przyszłych oraz przeszłych odcinków. Wtedy macie zawsze coś do roboty. Bardzo mnie zawiodło to, że Mid zwiała i nie pójdzie z nami odwiedzić grup Sida. W końcu po to była ta cała robota, żeby w końcu z nami tam poszła, a ona spierdziela. No cóż, ale przynajmniej my pójdziemy, prawda? Drużynowo. Niedługo kończy się spokój przed sztormem i zobaczymy, jak rozwinie się dalsza fabuła gry. Kto zrobi swój pierwszy ruch? Na razie, ludzie. Cześć!